what worked so well defensively that fourth quarter? You guys really seemed to crank it up there.
We played harder. We played harder. We played more connected. I think after three quarter, I'll use my dad line now. Like I think I get to use a dad line, which is I wasn't mad. I was disappointed. After three quarters, I didn't think we were playing like ourselves at all. Thought we were playing out of character. We weren't moving the ball. We weren't talking defensively. I don't think our body language was good. Um, and then it changed, and we just kind of the group that started that quarter. Jade was in the game. Emily was in the game. I can't even remember who else was on the court, but that group just picked us up a little bit. And the energy of the game changed. And we started feeding off each other and playing the way we've been playing more the last few weeks. So that once we got back to acting like ourselves and playing like ourselves, we were a lot better.
Cleaned up the turnovers. Also, it was a rough third quarter, and I don't think you guys had a single turnover in that fourth.
Yeah.
Was that any tweak or just being smarter with the ball?
Is it a role reversal from every other game we've played this year? I mean, I thought our offense just stunk for a lot of the game, to be honest with you. And then, kind of once we were kind of the same stuff we've been talking. We were breaking plays and we were going one-on-one. And, credit to LA. They had a good scheme and they've got some defenders who are kind of similar size and they can switch some stuff. And they took us out of our rhythm. And then I thought we took ourselves out of our rhythm a bit. So once we kept the game a little simpler, we played with better tempo. We were stronger with the ball. We got downhill and attacked the rim. I don't think we shot a free throw till the fourth, and then we shot 10 free throws. So I just thought our aggressiveness and our purpose on offense was a lot better.
Just one last one for me. Tough road trip. How important is it to start off on a good foot like this?
Huge. We know we're in a tough part of our schedule. Obviously, we lost out here to start a trip earlier in the year, and it became a very tough trip. So we have no illusions about who we have to play the rest of the trip. We're gonna have to really bring it. It's gonna require everybody on the roster to play well and come with the right mindset and the right attitude and the right energy. But when you win the first game on a trip, it's time to get greedy. You don't want to just be happy with your one. You want to go into Vegas and then go into Minnesota in attack mode. So up next is Vegas. Yep.
Jen.
Hey, Eric. With Shatori, 17 points with 10 of them in the fourth quarter, how did you see her kind of get herself going and how would you kind of evaluate the impact that she had on this one?
I thought she was good on both ends of the floor. I mean, I thought, I don't know, probably the thing I'm generally overall, you guys heard me talk enough, overall happiest is when Shatori's aggressive. I think that's just the difference maker for her. She got to the rim. She made open shots. She got her hands active defensively. She had to guard. She got Rakia Jackson for a while, which obviously she's given up some size and physicality, but she battled and kept her off the glass. She mad at herself for a couple of the free throws because she's usually money there. But the fact that she wanted to take those shots down the stretch of the game is such a big deal for our team. And I've told her before, I don't care if she misses them. It's all about her mindset and her aggressiveness.
And you talked about your defense kind of overall, but zooming in at the end of the game, you had Shatori with that steal with like 17 seconds left, and the next possession, Ariel draws that moving screen call. What'd you like about your defense on those plays? How'd you see them, lock in and kind of respond with the game on the line there?
Yeah, we kind of actually in the huddle we're talking about how we wanted to play it, and then once we decided on what we were going to do, everybody locked in and executed. I think that was, there's not always a right or wrong answer in those situations, whether you want to switch or not switch or, we're up 3. We talked about fouling, but there's a lot of time left in the game. So we kind of went through our options. And then once we locked into our plan, everybody did their job. Everybody talked. And then we kind of played those, late game out of bounds plays perfectly.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yep.
Tyler.
Hey, Eric, you may have kind of already answered this, but entering the fourth quarter, when you talked about that group of players getting you guys kind of into it and playing with that right mindset, was there anything in that huddle that you guys discussed or stressed to try and initiate that?
Yeah, I said we need to play like us. And if we were going to lose, we were going to play like us. I thought we were not I don't think selfishly. I don't think it's anybody like consciously being selfish with the ball, but I didn't think we were playing the way that we need to play. You know, people were putting their head down and driving into a crowd, and you know, a little backcourt pressure was taking us out of a play just from the first 2-3 seconds of the possession. So, and I thought that bled over into the way we were carrying ourselves. So once we addressed that, I think I saw Ariel kind of in the middle of the huddle, talking before I even came in the huddle. So I think it was already kind of being addressed. But you know, we're not going anywhere if we don't act the way we're supposed to act and carry ourselves the right way. And it's a huge credit. It's the first time we've kind of been in that situation and had to answer the bell, and we had a quarter to do it, and we turned it around.
Hi.
What was the feel kind of going into that fourth quarter? I know you guys weren't happy with that third, and what did you guys kind of flip, particularly defensively?
I think we just stepped up. I think we were just like, all right, like we were not really playing like us, defensively, but especially also offensively. I felt like the ball wasn't really moving well. Like we weren't really playing our normal offense. And we know that it starts with defense. If we like step up our game, we can run, we can play transition. Like that's how we love to play, aggressive, both ends of the floor. And I think we kind of find that rhythm again, like our basketball in the fourth quarter. So yeah, I'm happy we stepped up, definitely.
What is the feel as that fourth quarter is kind of rolling along and you guys are chipping away because you know, it would have been easy to get real down after that third quarter.
But I think that's who we are this whole season. I feel like we never give up. We've been having a hard time with closing out games. We know that, and I feel like today we showed that we learned from the past, and we just kept going. We kept like putting the foot on the gas pedal and just didn't stop. So I think I think we're just learning, and I think our team is we're just never giving up. That's how we've been all season. Win or lose, in front or behind, it doesn't matter. We just keep going.
That group of reserves that really kind of got things going early in the fourth. You know, when they come off and they set the tone like that, how much does that bleed into the rest of the team?
Yeah, I think we started the fourth with three girls off the bench. I think Jade, and Tor.
Yeah.
Definitely, it was a great dynamic five. We just yeah, they just Jade brings so much energy. Shatori was great. Because Tori has this long arm stick, so many steals. Like she's important on the defensive end. Took some great and big shots in offense. And Emily too, she was great in rebounding, great in defense. Like I feel like that energy off the bench is we need that, and that's what's been really good all season for us. The energy off the bench, and just shows that you always have to be ready, and they were. And also shout out to Jade because she was a little bit like struggling with finishing in the first, but she definitely went out and went crazy that fourth quarter with big layups.
And what the next one? Both you and Myisha, you know, clicking again, and
Of course.
well, yeah, of course, exactly. Just kind of take me again. You know, you've talked so much about it, but kind of take me through what was working well today, particularly with you two.
I don't really have a reason for it. I mean, I do. We've been playing together. I just love playing with Mai. It's like we read each other's mind. There's almost never a miscommunication. I just know where she's gonna be, and she knows where I'm gonna be. And Mai's somebody that's like, I'm gonna look at Mai, ask her questions. Like she calms me down in a way, and I love that. So I just love playing with her. She's just so dynamic, and she's so strong. Like her potential is for me limitless, and I always told her that. And yeah, I just love playing with her, and it's a person that I'll always have her back. Like, so yeah, she's great.
Sure. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Jen?
Hey, Julie.
Hi.
You talked about this a little bit with Shatori's long arms, but down the stretch defensively, she had that steal with like 17 seconds left, and then Ariel draws that moving screen call right after that. How'd you kind of see the defense lock in on those two possessions?
Yeah, there were very big stops. We knew what we wanted to do. We definitely didn't want to foul. We didn't want to give up threes, and we were just very locked in. We were really like communicating well and just kind of reading the defense, and like it was two great stops. And I also think that there we set a big step today. That in those important moments we're not making a stupid foul or a mistake, you know. So yeah, it was great. 2 great stops from them, definitely.
And then for you, you know, I saw on Instagram you were reflecting a little bit about being in that building 5 years ago and how far you've come. Can you talk a little bit about that? What was going through your head today? What it was like playing there?
Yeah, well, I after this morning shoot around, I walked out of the building, and I remember that I was on that street where I walked into the building 5 years ago, and I just realized, I was like, damn, I 5 years ago I was here fangirling in the shop buying stuff from the Sparks and like a keychain and everything and things from the WNBA. I was fangirling. I always was like telling my mom, damn, I would love to play in the WNBA. Such a big dream for me. So, and then today I just went back to that picture and I sent it to my mom and I said, look, mom, I'm playing in the Staples Center, where 5 years ago I was just dreaming about it and fangirling with my LA Sparks hoodie. So I came a long way, and I just wanted to like, I just sit down in the bus and I just reflected. I said, damn, like, Julie, you can be proud. Don't stop like putting so much pressure on yourself. Just enjoy the game and just really think about it, how far you came, and you can be proud of yourself. So that was just a little moment. And also I put on my Instagram, like, to all my followers, like, never give up, because, you know, it's never too late.
Awesome. Love that for you. Thank you.
Thank you, Jen.
Tyler.
Hey, Julie, congrats on the win.
Thank you.
My question's on when the offense kind of isn't really working the way you guys need it to, or like how in this game sometimes just players weren't necessarily in the spots that you traditionally expect them to be. What kind of goes through your head as a point guard to try and figure out those problems that are happening on the offense and just tackling them right there in a short time span?
I mean, shout out to LA, because they really play great defense. They took us out of our game a little bit, for the most part, I would say, or the 3 first quarters. But me as a point guard, I'm a pass first point guard. I know that I scored some points today, but I'm a pass first point guard. I want the ball to move, and that's why I always focus on that. And I love Coach Eric about that, because he loves that too. So that's the only thing that runs through my mind. I just told the girls, like, we need to get the ball moving, like move the ball fast, like just go back to our basketball and things will flow. That's how we get our confidence, not by playing one-on-one, not by playing like not what is our basketball. So that's kind of what goes through my head as a point guard.
Going into that fourth quarter, what's the conversation amongst yourselves? Because I know you guys probably weren't happy with that third, but you kind of really came out and flipped it around in that fourth.
Yeah. I think it was just getting back to ourselves. Damn, this mic is really on. I think it's just getting back to ourselves for real. Moving the ball. We know that once we drove the ball and sprayed it out, there were going to be open shots. So I think getting back to that. Getting stops on the defensive side. We weren't getting many stops. They were scoring with ease. So in the fourth quarter, it was just basically getting back to ourselves offensively and defensively.
Speaking of those stops, what did you like most about the defense in that fourth quarter?
But if you don't back that up a little bit, you all up here with what did we like most in the fourth quarter?
What did you like most about that fourth quarter defense?
We got some stops. We went with the game plan of, you know, what we talked about before the game. We actually did it in the fourth quarter, so that was really good. Yeah, and you know, we rebounded the ball well, I feel like, in the fourth quarter. So yeah, we actually did what the scout was telling us to do.
It always helps, right?
Exactly.
We just want to ask about yourself. You seemed like you were very calm and poised offensively today, kind of getting in your spots and not rushing and all that kind of stuff. Not just what worked well for you, but you know, you seemed really comfortable. Did you feel particularly comfortable today?
Yeah, I feel like I'm starting to get back in a groove, so that feels amazing. My threes weren't falling, but they were like a couple of like chippies where it's like rim in and out, so that felt good. So it's like another reminder, just keep shooting, keep trusting the process for me personally. So yeah, I know those are gonna fall. You know, attacking, taking what the defense gives me, I think that's gonna be a key for me moving forward in the during this season. It's just taking what they give me, looking who's guarding me. It doesn't matter if we go big, if we go our regular lineup, and not trying to do too much. I think that's a big thing for me.
You didn't look like you were following it all.
Yeah, no, I was taking what they were doing. And that's just how I was able to get shots up. And layups, a lot of layups.
Jen?
I thought you was gonna pass me.
Hey, Myisha, I just
Hey,
got a
Jen.
comment for you.
Mhm.
First off, Eric's talked about Tori's leadership with the bench group, keeping everybody ready. What have you seen from her as far as that, and also just the impact that she made tonight when she got in?
Yeah, she's really embracing that role. I've been on the bench for how many years now with her also. I feel like this year she is really taking it upon herself to be that leader in the bench group. She talks to us before every single game, making sure, like, giving us confidence, boosting us up, making sure that we know when we get in there, we have to take it up a notch. I still, consider myself one of like the bench players. That's why I'm talking like this. But no, she's definitely the leader from the bench group, and it's only gotten better. I swear. Like, this is the most I've heard her talk and just be confident in what she's doing and taking the shots that she needs to take for us to be successful. So I'm super proud of like the growth that I've seen so far.
And then, not directly related to the game, but I saw on social media you guys celebrated Aaliyah's Olympic birth today.
Mhm.
Can you talk about what it was like being able to share that with her and kind of your reaction to that news?
Yeah, no, that was super dope. So like we've been singing like their song, oh, and like she's been teaching me I need to hold the O for longer. Like, oh, okay, like so like that was super cool that I got to sing to her, actually, like knowing that she's on the national team. Like she's made it again. So that was super cool. I actually seen it because I was on Twitter like this morning and I seen Atlanta post there. So I was like, oh shoot, like we didn't post our thing yet, and I know Leah made it. So then I had to, do a little research, went to Canada's page, was doing extraness. Ended up sending it to Aaliyah, congratulating her once I found out, like through it that way. But like, no, it's super dope to, have an Olympian on our team. Hopefully we'll have another one with Jade. So, just super, super proud of her.
That's exactly how I found out too, through Atlanta. Thanks.
Yeah, they was fast. Never mind. I don't want to say what I want to say. Aaliyah had a lot of gear. That's all I'm gonna say. She had a whole suitcase.
Thank you, Myisha. Thank
No
you,
problem.
everybody.
Hey, see y'all later.